Greetings, YouTube. Every video I do on my channel has, in my mind at least, some semblance of importance. But this is an open letter to Kabam that is one of the more important videos that I've highlighted on my channel from Avenger77, a summoner that you will see in the description, has limitations. Excuse me. I'm apparently having limitations myself just from being able to get over the allergies in Oklahoma. Limitations that keeps him from basically playing the game in a way that somebody like you or me that has two fully functioning, fast responsive hands can do. This makes it, difficult at times, especially if you play one-handed, to play the Marvel Contest of Champions. And as the game progresses, it's obviously gotten tougher. I mean, Kabam has made the AI tougher. I don't care what they say. Their nodes have certainly evolved and gotten way tougher. And so, even if you've got no bugs and no internet issues and full response time, and those are all big ifs, it can still be very difficult to clear content. So, with that being said, I wanted to read his letter to Kabam, a very important letter to Kabam. Over the last few years, I've attempted to get some feedback from you, and each time it seems to fall upon deaf ears. I have never once received a response, so now I am trying here in this public forum. There is a section of the community that Kabam has not taken into account with those with impairments, such as myself. I am legally blind and have been playing the game since its release. I feel with a bit of practice you can make it through any reasonable content. However, there is some content that is impossible for individuals such as myself. Not due to lack of skills, but due to the impairment that one has. I've spoken to a few other legally blind players and have found out that we all have the same roadblock. Act 6, the champion boss. I'm not getting him down. It's actually the dashback mechanic required to defeat him. I will gladly put myself out there for those who wish to remain anonymous because not everyone wants the world to know that they have an impairment. Again, I am more than willing to have a conversation or conversations with anyone from Kabam. I believe that no player should be punished due to their impairment. However, that is what we have been experiencing with the champion boss. So, on behalf of myself and the others that this situation affects, I thank you for taking the time to read this letter and hope that we can turn a negative into a positive. Sincerely, Avenger77. Now, this is a very touchy subject, of course, because I don't know about you, but if I was legally blind, I have such terrible skills most of the time when I'm going up against hard content in this game anyway, but I would not attempt this. So my hat's off to anybody with an impairment that's clearing any kind of content. That's amazing to me. I have the utmost respect for you. Now, I got real nervous when I pulled this up the first time, and the first person who commented was Grounded Wisdom. Because seeing Grounded Wisdom's past comments, I expected him to be pretty brutal. But to his credit, I try to give credit where credit's due. He doesn't make fun of the player. He simply adds his 2 cents. I'm sorry for your impairment. I can't offer a solution, but I can give a tip. If you allow him to corner you in that phase and just spam Dex, it will fulfill the requirement. So that might be the best, most empathetic comment Grounded Wisdom has ever left on the forums, at least the ones that I cover on this channel. So, Grounded Wisdom, thank you for that. Addy Taya added, sorry about the problem you're facing. Best workaround for the champion boss would be to get into the corner and start spamming Dex as soon as he reaches a special. It'll help in fulfilling the criteria to remove the indestructible. Palace? Is it Palace? Sorry. I'm colorblind, so I have issues in some games. Fortunately, not many in MCOC, but red text is really hard for me to read. Hope things work out for you. I'm sorry about your impairment. I'm just curious how you're able to play this game if you're legally blind. It sounds, or you have some special device. I'm amazed that you're able to get to Act 6. I am too, Sham. This is a really inspiring story to me. I know he's doing this so he could try to get some help, and there have been some already helpful tips on this forum post about ways he can get around the indestructible. But, my respect for somebody who has made it this far, being legally blind, I can't even imagine. There's no way. Victor says, no special device. I play using an iPad Pro. It gives me a decent enough size of a screen to be able to see. That makes some sense. It's still not like it's a laptop-sized screen. And he got a lot of love. This forum post gives me hope for humanity. That might be the title of this video, because it really does. I hope Kabam is willing to get into contact and resolve some of the issues, be it being colorblind, legally blind, or anything else. In the meantime, Out of pure curiosity, what is it that makes the dashboard mechanic harder for you as opposed to a normal situation where you need to do specials? To try and answer your question, it all comes down to just a visual thing. A lot of people that are legally blind have trouble judging distance. That this can affect things like real life and games. Also, a lot of the champion's flashing moves make it hard to see what he is doing, not to mention the speed at which he moves. I think the best way is to explain it. And that is the end of the post. I was worried when Venger contacted me that he had written this open letter that it would be filled with the normal responses, which are get good, play a different game, basically the opposite of empathy. But even Grounded Wisdom, every comment in this was supportive. And it wasn't like, oh, they're just trying to get some special exception. That's not fair. No. So I'm excited to put this video out because it gives me some hope. And Venger, I don't know if they're going to have an answer for you, but I think it was a really good thing you put this post onto the forums and made it public and contacted me to do a video on it. And I hope you feel the same way.